everybody. Welcome to Annie's Smoking Pot. I, of course, am Annie. Today, we are going to make a stuffed pork chop. We're going to do it in the air fryer because air fryers are the rage right now. We're stuffing it with a combination of spinach, cream cheese, and some sun-dried tomatoes that are marinated in an olive oil. We're going to bread it with some seasoned flour, our egg wash, and some panko. And then it's going to go in the air fryer. While that's cooking, we're then going to make a side dish of some green beans, shallots, and mushrooms. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you want to do, you start with about a cup of spinach, just kind of roughly torn with your hands. Then you're going to add a half cup of cream cheese. And yes, if anybody has watched my previous videos, I am using my little baby spatula that I did not steal from the grandbaby's play kitchen. It truly is mine, truly. And it just works really, really well. Then we're going to add about a quarter cup of the sun-dried tomatoes, just roughly chopped. We're just going to mix that up. And I'm stuffing 3 pork chops. So obviously, if you are wanting to make a bigger batch, then just kind of guess how much spinach, cream cheese, and sun-dried tomatoes you're going to need for each pork chop. But as it is just my husband and I that I cook for, I don't need that much. But I do have a third pork chop that will probably go to my daughter or son-in-law because they do like the leftovers. All right, so that is done. So we just got a nice little mix on there. So we're going to put that aside right now, and we're going to get our pork chops prepped. I do not like to touch raw meat. It's just gross. It's gross. You know, and you get salmonella or Ebola or E. coli or whatever you get. Whatever it is, I don't want it. And I don't want to pass it on. So first thing I want to do before I touch the meat is I want to get my preps ready. So I've got just panko, eggs, and then this is just all-purpose flour. I'm adding some salt, pepper, and about a teaspoon of smoky paprika to that. That just kind of adds a little bit of flavor to the pork chop. Otherwise, it can be a little bland. All right, now let's go ahead and get our pork chops ready. So again, my husband makes fun of me stealing his little fishing knife, but it works really, really well to make a pocket inside your pork chop. These are just about a 2-inch thick pork chop. What you want to do is just simply slice right through the middle. Be very careful not to go too far. We don't want to go to the ER. That would be a terrible first episode. Oh, Lord. That would not be good. Well, it might be good for ratings, but that might be a whole nother show. So we're just going to cut through all of these. Like I said, you don't want to go all the way through. You just want to create like a nice little pocket for the stuffing. Then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get my air fryer turned on so that it can be preheating because this part goes pretty fast. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the air fryer on. And we're going to go 370 for about 25 minutes. You want the pork chops to end up being about an internal temp of about 140 to 145. They will sit for a few minutes to rest, so it will continue to cook just a little bit more. Let's go ahead and get these little tasty little pockets all stuffed. So we're going to divide this up between the 3 of them. And you're just going to just shove it on down in there into that little pocket. Just nice and firm like that. And I have actually done this before where I have added garlic to it. I have also added more of an Asian flair to it. And I've done, in my salt and pepper, I've done it like curry powder, coriander, cumin, that kind of thing as well. But then you kind of need to change what you put on the inside because the sun-dried tomatoes don't really go very Asian-y really well. I could be wrong. It is completely 100% flavors. And we're going to put it in the flour first. This helps the egg stick, which helps the panko stick. You want to just kind of make sure you get all the sides there. And you always want to make sure you have a wet hand and a dry hand. Believe me, it makes a difference. Put that in the egg. And again, make sure you get all the sides. Then we're just going to go and set that right there in the panko. And yes, I'm a messy cook, as you can see. I'm getting flour everywhere. And I got panko everywhere already. But it's all good. It doesn't matter. As my sister-in-law Marty loves for me to say, doesn't have to be pretty, just has to taste good. Move things around. We're going to flip these over to make sure we get panko on both sides. And now I'm just kind of waiting for that air fryer to preheat. One thing you want to be sure about is anytime you do something breaded in the air fryer, if you want that crispy exterior, you have to spray it with olive oil is my preference. You can spray it with any kind of oil that you want. Otherwise, it is not going to brown. So now I'm going to take my air fryer and we're going to put these right on in there. Got my fun little EVO right here. We're just going to give that a squirt. There we go. Now we're just going to take that. We're going to put that on in the air fryer, and that is going to go, like I said, for about 25 minutes. We're going to switch gears. I am a tiny home liver. So now I need to just reach back here. Oh, Lord of mercy. Woo, got it. Got it. Needed my olive oil. All right, so we're just going to take some olive oil, put that right here in the pan. And I don't know how much I do. I'm really bad about measuring. We'll say that. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and chop up our shallots first. I'm doing about a half a shallot. You can pretty much do however much you want. This side dish is really just preference. You know, I like onion and whatnot, but like I said, I'm not really making a lot of food because there's not a lot of us. All right. So the shallot, I'm just going to go ahead and just thinly slice. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. I don't want to cook it like really high because I don't want to sear it or scorch it. So I'm going to take it down to about a medium temp. We're going to throw the shallots in there. And then we're just going to go ahead and throw the beans in. And then we're going to go ahead and slice up our creminis. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of pepper. Love the cracked pepper. You can add salt if you like, but me, I have high blood pressure, so I got to watch my salt. And since I've already got the smoky paprika in my pork chop, I think I'm just going to keep the green beans just kind of simple. So we're just going to let this cook down now while the pork chops are cooking. And we will meet back here when everything goes beep, beep, beep. So until then, happy cooking. Welcome back. As you can see, dinner is done. I've got the green beans and the mushroom medley. Now let's take a look at those pork chops. Oh, don't those look fabulous? Look at that. Nice golden brown. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to begin. Let's grab one of those out of there. Oh my gosh, that just looks so good. All right, and then we're just gonna top it off with a little bit of microgreen. You know, gotta get those vegetables in my husband any way I can. There is our finished product. We've got our stuffed pork chop and our green bean, shallot, and mushroom medley. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Oh, it's gonna be so tasty. Well, maybe. Let's find out. Come on over. Give it a try. Oh, yeah. And we are using a butter knife, which seems kind of strange, but if you cook it perfectly, butter knife's gonna all you need. Absolutely all you need. You don't need any more than that. What do you think? Winner, winner, pork chop dinner. Yeah? Don't talk with your mouth full.
Okay.
Good stuff.
It's so tender.
That's his good face, I promise. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
So good.
See you next time. Bye.